Guys, Nico. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about identifying and how you're using your investments. I know it might be sounding weird to talk to addicts about investments, but in reality, everybody has three types of investments. Now I know you probably don't have too much money in your pocket if you're still an active user. If you're just beginning your recovery, I know money's probably tight. At least for me, it was. I know that when I was actively using, any extra cash that I had was going into my arm, straight up. When I started to go ahead and get clean, in the first 90 days, I had help from friends and family members that were letting me stay with them and looking out for me, taking care of some of my basic needs, because first 90 days is pretty tough in recovery. Well, what I found out is that I had to apply myself in some way. And what I found is that each of us have three different types of investments that we can go ahead and use. Everybody has time. If you're watching this video, it's because you still have time. You gotta be grateful for the time, because if you are in recovery, you're getting a second chance. And that's a wonderful thing. Some of us might even be on our third, fourth, or fifth chance, which is even more wonderful. But we need to go ahead and use our time and invest that in quality things. When you spend time, you don't get it back. So spend it with people that care about you. And I'm not talking about the homie who gives you a free sack. I'm talking about your friends and family members who enjoy sitting around and having a meal with you. Talking about the issues that they have and the issues that you have. Celebrating the good times. Invest your time in people, situations, things that are going to go ahead and benefit you. For me, what I found out is that I would spend a lot of time watching mundane TV shows, and I had to change that. So one way I started to invest my time is in reading. I enjoy reading a lot. Now, I use that as an example from my own personal experience, but I want you guys to start understanding that you do have time. And how you invest that time is either going to reap benefits down the road or it's not. What you're doing today is going to impact tomorrow and a week from now. Start planning that way. Start planning like you have a future. The second thing that I learned when I was really going through my first time in recovery is that we all have an energy, a passion that we can invest. Now that drive, it can go ahead and drive us to bad things, it can drive us to good things. But the passion that you have about a subject, about a topic, about a movement, whatever it might be, make sure that you're investing it in something that you do care about. A lot of times we invest our energy in active addiction towards getting towards getting high, as well as how we're going to get our next high. Because our passion is either taken away, or we have the idea that we need to go ahead and get our next fix. I remember times when the only thing on my mind was, how am I going to get high? How am I going to get high? How am I going to get high? I was investing my energy into something that was killing me. Now I invest my energy into things like this, speaking topics, interacting with other addicts in recovery, because I do have a passion for helping people get out of those situations, because it can be done. I'm just one example, but the city has plenty of them. And I want to invest my energy now into providing a platform where we can all discuss these things. Because again, we need to change the way that we think about drugs and alcohol here in New Mexico. We got a serious problem. So for me, that's my passion. I want to spearhead that. Find out what your passion is and invest your energy into that, please. I'm going to tell you right now, it does a lot for your insides. The third thing that I found out when I didn't have any money, when I didn't have monetary things that I could go ahead and invest with, was I had talents. Now, those talents, they're different for everybody. But even in your active addiction, you're probably using them right now. In your recovery, you're probably finding out your new talents. And you're learning how to use those. Those talents are gifts, guys. I know I used to use my talents to help me out in hopping from one high to the next. Now I found that investing my talents into things that can grow me as a person or grow someone else as a person, it makes me way more happier. And that investment, it gets returned with this joy that I can't explain. So find out what your talents are, guys, and start investing them. Because even in your active addiction, again, I know you have talents. In your recovery, you got talents and you're learning them more and more. If you're in long-term recovery, that's even better. Identify these talents and start using them to contribute towards something that brings you joy. Because guys, there's a different type of walk about you when you're walking in purpose and you're walking in joy. And if I can just say it, it's fucking awesome. It is. It's awesome to invest my talents, my energy, and my time into things that I'm passionate about and things that I care about and things that are actually helping others. It makes me happy. And it really makes me value those types of investments. You don't have to be a stockbroker. You don't have to be Wolf of Wall Street. We all, everyone, have these three types of things that we can invest. And how you choose to invest them, those investments come back and pay you. It may not be cash. I know a lot of you might think like that. But there's other things outside of money that when we invest our time, our energy, and our talents to, we reap so many more benefits. It's kind of where I found out that part of my talent is identifying I don't have a halo, seeing other individuals who have no halo, and being able to communicate with them. I love uplifting people, so I hope that that's what it does for you guys. Find out what your time is being used in and make sure that it's good investment. Find out what your passion and energy is being used in and make sure that's a good investment for you. Find out where your talents are at and make sure that those are being invested in things that make you happy. Like I said, one of my talents is having no halo.